So I've struggled with acne for the longest time, for years on end, so I feel like I am just an expert at this point for covering up pimples or acne or any scars. My skin has been improving drastically, so like I barely have any, if I even have any, but I'm still gonna show you how I used to and still cover up my imperfections or any blemishes that I may have that like pop up. But I will say I already put on lashes. They are not the best because like this is my first time applying magnetic lashes. This is what I use. They're Kiss, and this lash glue is so expensive for like a drugstore magnetic. Again, it's probably fancy magnets in here. I don't know what the heck they put in liquid magnet, I guess, but this on its own, it's like $15, so this is kind of expensive. And I think I forgot to apply like all the way to the center with these lashes, but whatever, we're just gonna roll with it. This is my first time again ever trying them on. I just wanted to try them quickly on this morning because I was so like anxious. So they've been on for about maybe like 5 hours so far, so that's pretty good. They kind of come undone too on the outside, so I don't know if like you have to keep reapplying the glue, so we'll see if I like the magnetic lashes in general or not. Maybe it's the glue, maybe it's me. But anyway, my face is already moisturized. Also, very important thing, this literally just broke, but it's very important to apply sunscreen. Oh my god, fixed it. Yeah, it's very important to apply sunscreen before any makeup application. If you have acne scars or not, obviously applying sunscreen before makeup or sunscreen in general, it just reduces the appearance of scars over time. It helps heal your skin. Don't forget the neck. I also put on a little bit of fake tan. Anyway, we'll have a nice tan look, but anyway, and then I just pop. You can layer it with a cream if you want, but I'm just gonna go in with primer right away. So primer is not insanely important when you have acne. I would say more so if you have huge pores or if you have like concave like acne scars, like physical acne scars. I feel like a pore filler would be great for you. This is the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. This is the only drugstore primer I have. I want to see if I can find a different brand because I don't believe L'Oreal is cruelty free. I have seen around the e.l.f. like putty primer, like it's kind of similar to this consistency because it's like insanely thick and it fills pores like this is how thick. It's like glue, but it fills pores like amazingly. I just put this like around the middle of my face, especially if you put it like over acne scars. Like if you have concave or like physical acne scars, then this could also help. And then I'll just press it into the problem areas that you want to kind of fill in. And then after that, I would just straight up again go with foundation. So the foundations I love, this I'd say is in the middle of pricing. Like it's not drugstore price, but it's not high end. I think this was only like $20 or something like that, or 20 something. So yeah, that's pretty much smack dab in the middle of like between a drugstore and a high-end foundation. Little goes such a long way with this thing. Like this could probably last you like 10 years. I mean, it says you should dispose of it 24 months after opening. I got this off of Amazon. I can link it down below, but this is Dermacol, and this is meant for like filming, like on camera. So this is like insanely heavy duty mattifying, and I believe it also has SPF 30 in it, which is amazing. So a little extra protection, and yeah, a little goes a very long way. I'm gonna take a foundation brush. We're just gonna this Dermacol foundation is pretty much a dupe for Marc Jacobs. This is concentration drops. You can have one drop for your whole face and cover a full face of acne. That's like full on red, like throbbing acne even if you had. So that's saying a lot. So if you are on a budget and you want to get Marc Jacobs dupe, then definitely Dermacol it up. This stuff is again so amazing for scarring or hyperpigmentation, just like any skin issue. This is the best foundation by far. That's like heavy duty coverage, but that's also like a reasonable price. Another high-end one I really like that I would compare to this is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. So this adds extra coverage essentially to your already existing foundation you use. But if you use this on its own, it's like full on like heavy duty. It will cover any scars, it'll cover any hyperpigmentation, any blemish on your face. So it's definitely acne friendly, acne scar approved, acne in general if you have. A drugstore one though I really like is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. So this is again 2-in-1, a foundation and concealer. So obviously if it works as a concealer as well, it's gonna be a very heavy duty foundation, but it's also very light, which is great. So I'm just gonna use a little bit because this is my color when I tan. So I usually use the Milani only when I have like a self-tan thing going on, which I do today. So I'm just gonna use my hands and melt in the rest of the makeup. Also, if you want a heavier duty, like a heavier coverage kind of look, then I would just say go in with your hands. Your hands are actually great because it melts in the product, so it makes it look natural while simultaneously not absorbing any additional product to make your face look more heavy duty and covered. So if you do, again, struggle with a lot of discoloration, then just applying with your hands and letting your hands do the magic with the melting in the product, it'll just look seamless and amazing. Speaking of Milani, the concealer I'm gonna use, this is also called Conceal Imperfect, but this is like the legit concealer. This is just in the shade lighter, just because I like my under eyes a bit lighter than the rest of my face. So some of my nose, above the lip. You can conceal any other additional pimple if you feel like the foundation didn't cover enough, or you could just go in back with your foundation and do a second layer with the foundation, the Dermacol, because that is buildable. So you really don't need concealer on your face other than under your eyes or anywhere else you want to brighten up. Like also to apply concealer with my hands as well, because it's super good at melting product, but I'm just gonna use a brush just because my nails are kind of like, they're kind of hard to work with when I'm getting in the inner corners or anywhere that's like here. Obviously you should apply lashes after concealer and all eye makeup, but I was just too anxious to try on the magnetic lashes, so I don't know if I'm gonna do the best job. And also, I wouldn't swipe, I would just press. I sometimes catch myself like swiping, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you can leave streaks with your brush, and also it does move around product, so where you place it and where you want to cover it, it'll kind of move around, which is not like the best thing, the best method. Anyway, everything is all covered. Now I'm just gonna quickly apply a little bit of brow stuff. So this is the Benefit Ultra Fine Brow Defining Pencil. So this is like a very ultra fine tip, and I'm just gonna fill in my brows like just a little bit. I have pretty like full brows, so I just kind of fill in any sparse hairs that are missing from my already existing brow. Oh yeah, see, my lashes are like falling here, you see? The lash glue is kind of like falling off. So I don't know, maybe I applied the lash glue just really weird, unless if you like have to go in and reapply the lash glue throughout the day, which is kind of annoying considering the lash glue is like $15. So it's like, how fast am I gonna go through it? I'm kind of leaning towards like non-magnetic lashes. They're okay. They're so fast to apply though. They literally just clip on, but they are like falling off at the front, both ends. I don't know what to think. Anyway, I'm gonna set my whole face with Coty Airspun. Set my eyeballs first. And who knows, I might end up reapplying my lashes because the glue is just like drying up and crusting off. So if any of you in the comments want to comment a really good magnetic lash glue that lasts a long time and that is not like $15 a bottle, definitely let me know. I'm all ears and eyes for reading. And I'm gonna take a big fluffier brush. Oh man, yeah, I feel it. It's falling off. And I'm just gonna set the rest of my face, the bigger parts, with a lip brush. Look at this, it's falling off. I should probably just take it off honestly and like reapply. I'm gonna just reapply both of them. That might just save me some headache because they just keep falling off. I'm gonna just put on some NYX eye pencil in Milk to just brighten up my eyes overall, and I'm just gonna blend this in later, but yeah. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be hard. Oh my gosh. Is it blended or is it not? Oh yeah, looks good. Speaking of primers, I totally forgot. If you like a high-end primer, this Becca Brighten and Blur primer is amazing. It's also very moisturizing and it completely fills in your pores. Sometimes I just wear this alone without any makeup. Your skin looks amazing. So I'm just gonna bronze my face with the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. This just happens to be in like a case thing, but you can buy it in separate packaging. The butter bronzer is like my favorite drugstore bronzer of all time. It looks super moisturizing. Like it doesn't look kind of chalky or anything. That's what I love about this bronzer. And I'm not gonna put on like any eyeshadow today. What I really like doing is just taking some of the bronzer and then just putting it in the crease. But it's just like really low effort. Just for a little bit of definition, but like I'm not trying at all. Because this is more of like an everyday makeup coverage. Again, if you're just like full on wanting to make sure you're covering your acne scars. I know in university, this is like what I wore most of the time because that's when I was at my worst with my acne, my skin quality, I guess. I'm just applying this again, but make sure you apply lip balm throughout the day so your lips don't get crusty. I totally forgot to mention that. Just thought I'd show that. Also, drugstore alternative to the Benefit for Anastasia is the NYX Eyebrow Gel. That's just all it's called. This is in the shade Brunette. This is amazing as well. You just need a little bit and it goes such a long way. It'll last forever. I totally forgot to use this instead. And it was right in front of me the whole time. Yes, I would use that. The blush I'm gonna be using is from Maybelline. This is like a coral brush. This is called Sweet. I don't know. It's like, it's like scraped off, so I don't know. It's in the shade 004. But this is a very nice corally kind of blush. I have been really getting into coral blushes, especially during like fall. Everything's turning orange and like pumpkin, so that's why I really like corally kind of blushes. I also put some on the nose and like forehead, like literally everywhere if there's any excess. And then the highlighter I'm gonna be using, this is like crusted, busted, and dusted. It's falling apart, but this is One Wild Precious Petals. Are they even still selling this? I don't even know. I'm just gonna take a highlighter brush and just putting on my cheekbones. Obviously, if you have a lot of texture or acne here, don't put any highlighter where you have texture or acne because that's gonna accentuate the look of it. Every individual pimple will look like its own existing like disco ball on your face or something. Unless if you like that look, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just gonna set my NYX concealer with the highlighter in my inner corners, if I can fit it there. And then the Cupid's bow. A lip product I've been really liking, drugstore wise, is Annabelle in the shade 405 Demure. I don't know. It's such a nice mauve-y, like very fall but natural, honestly all year round kind of shade. It's not too light or not too dark. It's like the perfect shade. It's definitely like a Your Lips but better kind of shade. So I'm just lining them, and I think this is all I'm gonna wear on my lips. I'm not gonna put on a lipstick or anything. I applied the lip liner all over my lips and I just love the color. It's so amazing. I feel like it would just look good on anyone's skin type, honestly. And I'm just gonna go over with the Wet n Wild plain clear gloss just to kind of add life to my lips. And if you have a matte lipstick or a lip color, adding a clear gloss over top just makes everything just look more moisturized and alive and less crusty. And then I am just going to set my brows. So this is a Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I unfortunately do not have a drugstore version of the brow setter. So comment down below what kind of brow setting gel you like and you want me to try out. I'm just so curious because I don't think I've ever tried a drugstore before. I think that's the only one so far. I've showed drugstore for everything else. Mine is not using the NYX by accident, but I do use it. It's amazing. And then also I don't have a drugstore setting spray. I'm gonna be using the Becca Skin Love. This is a very moisturizing setting spray. It has a hydrating complex in it, which is amazing. It smells so nice and fresh, but especially if you're wearing a lot of mattifying foundations and high coverage like setting powders and stuff, just like I put on, a nice moisturizing setting spray will really just like, again, make everything look dewy and nice and natural, especially again if you're wearing high coverage to cover up the most cystic acne ever. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do is just reapply the magnetic lashes because for some reason they just want to keep crusting off on me. So we're gonna see if the second round will be a bit better. There's like just some bald spots that I'm trying to just fill back in like that. And then with the other eye, like that. So if you're super good with eyeliner, then magnetic lashes will be a breeze for you. But if you're not good at eyeliner, then I would just stick to normal lashes with the lash glue, because then at least you could just apply the lash glue directly onto the lash, opposed to like making a whole line thing, like trying to make it look perfect. And then I just take my hand and then like, yeah, it pretty much just like snaps on. So you don't need any long tweezers like what I would use for non-magnetic lashes. You could just literally snap it on with your fingers. The end looks a little wonky, but yeah, we're just gonna try the other side. Oh my gosh. Okay, definitely have to get used to it, but they like snap right on, so it's super, super fast. So that's the other one on, so that's both of them on. So I like them, but yeah, anyway, this is the look. Again, comment down below any other products that you think are amazing for acne and scar and overall hyperpigmentation coverage. I would love to know. And without further ado, I will see you in the next video. I love you. Peace.